Hi, this is Mark from Altcoin Buzz. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're going to focus on altcoins. We're going to look at a few altcoin projects that are out there that I find exciting for different reasons. We'll talk about those and give you a little overview of what's going on with those, along with kind of what the future price might be for these coins and projects. And then I'll do a separate Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin in-depth chart analysis and really just focus on the altcoins right now in this segment. Now, don't forget to leave your comments below on the coins that you'd like us to look at, and we'll try and get to all of them at some point in time. So let's get started. The first coin I want to look at is Storm, which is a platform that is based upon gamification. If you're not familiar with that term, gamification is basically making work fun. Or making a task fun by making it into kind of a game. And in this platform, you can create what they're calling micro tasks, right? These small things that you need to do to earn cryptocurrency. And it's really that simple. You download an app, you go in, you complete a task, you get rewarded. Now, there's other things out there that do this with fiat, so it's not unlike that. Complete a survey, give feedback on something, try something out, get rewarded. You've seen these kinds of apps out there. The thing that I like about this is that I think in their grand scheme, eventually, me as an employer, I could go to this app and ask for talented folks that have a specialty that I could have them complete a micro task to help me complete my overall goal. So you might have heard about crowdsourcing, not to be confused with raising funds for something, but crowdsourcing for ideas or crowdsourcing to bring individual talents together on a specific project that you don't necessarily need to hire somebody on full time. You just need to have somebody complete this one piece that they're really good at, and on a contract or ad hoc basis, they complete that task and then they're done. So I really think this has some great legs to it. The other thing that I like about this project is that it has a great advisory team against it. Now, the main team is very young, so a lot of energy against this, probably much more intelligent and energetic than I am. Youth doesn't mean it's not good, right? It's, as a matter of fact, again, that energy with the right direction could be something that is just unbelievably groundbreaking. Now look at this advisory board that they have. The CEO and founder of Bittrex, the former CEO and co-founder of Ethereum, the CEO and founder of Jax. I mean, they've got some great minds helping them out on their advisory board. So they've got a great idea. They're making it easy for people to get into crypto or link crypto to something that's fun. And they've got a great advisory team around them. So those components
So
are
where is
exciting
Storm
to me.
at on the price?
Just under 5 cents right now. Call it 4.5 cents, up 5% over the last 24 hours, performing better than Bitcoin by almost 10%. Ranked number 85 on CoinMarketCap. There's almost $200 billion in total market cap right now, with some decent trading volume behind it. The circulating supply right now, just over 4 billion. Total supply is 10 billion. That's a little bit higher than I'd like to see, just because I know that it's going to take a little bit longer for the price to get move up dramatically. But 5% is 5%. Now, if we go back to the history and we look at the price over the last year, when everybody was doing well, it was as high as 18 cents, and recently has been as high as 7 cents. So is it feasible for it to get to double in the near future? It could be. If you get some decent volume, if the total market cap starts going back up, then it shouldn't be too far out of the question to get back to this price point of close to 10 cents. And then obviously the highest that it's been at that 18, 19 cent level could also happen. I mean, it's been there twice, and we could compare it to another coin if there was another coin out there that was similar to this, but there really isn't anything that I can think of that would match this type of incentivizing people with crypto in a gamification sense to do a task. And it would be one thing if it was just filling out a survey or signing up for a potential new service like Uber or something like that. That'd be one thing, because there's a lot of other applications out there that are like that will reward you with fiat. And I've tried them, and pennies on the day, and it's not really worth it. But for you to be able to source yourself out to do a task, and let's say that you're a program developer, and I just need you to write some code for me, and you can get rewarded with crypto financially, and also be able to move up levels in kind of a competition style system for doing real work. That's exciting to me. I like the whole crowdsourcing thing, and I like the gamification part of it. It's a very creative solution that I think really relates to a young demographic. So this is a project that I like because of those things. And, obviously do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your research. Don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose. But this is something that I might want to look at if it intrigues you. The next project that I want to look at is really, I'm going to look at 3 different coins. They all have the same kind of goal. And the first one we'll look at is Civic, because they're probably the most well-known in this space. What if you could have an app on your phone that had all of your information that could verify your identity for medical records, maybe it even stores some of your medical records in it. It has your social security number if you need it. It has all the information that you would need to travel, go to a bank, get a loan, all of that information stored in the blockchain encrypted. And all you'd have to do is verify it on your phone with your thumbprint, or I guess even facial recognition now with the new iPhone. And that would verify that that information is yours, and you could share it with whoever you wanted to share it with. So you own that information now on your phone. You can also, it becomes trusted by businesses, by government, wherever you might need to use your personal identification. You could use it to sign up for exchanges on the Know Your Customer without having to enter in the information all the time. Wouldn't that be nice, right? And these 3 companies that we're going to talk about are all trying to reach that goal. So you can see on the Civic site here, that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to link all these things together that you typically have to give your information to and verify over and over and over again in one single platform, theoretically your mobile phone. You could sign important documents and you'd be verified. You probably wouldn't even have to have a notary at that point in time. You could have your medical records. You could have all kinds of things happening in one place. So I like this space. I think this space is very exciting, and it resonates with me as a consumer because it takes out a lot of frustration that I'm having to do over and over and over again. Let's just look at Civic overall, and then we'll look at the key and self-key, which are 2 other groups that are trying to accomplish the same thing. Civic right now is sitting at about 32 cents. If we look at the chart, the price has been as high as $1.33. And again, we're just sitting at below that 31 cent level, just shy of 32 cents. No big spikes and drops in the week, no big spikes and drops in the day, although, you can see it trailed off here from 34 cents down to the 32 cent level, but no big, huge spikes and drops, right? So that's what we're looking for in those pump and dumps. So back into that 133 range, if we can get back to that high, not a bad return on your investment on quite a few exchanges right now. So available and out there. Let's take a look at the other ones right now real quick. So we've got the key. The key is now just under 2 cents. The high back in February, almost 4 cents. So right now we're about half of that. Not a lot of exchanges that it's on right now. So that could really drive up the price if they could get on some big exchanges. If we just compared the total market cap right now to Civic, since they're very, very similar, maybe you double your price, getting back up to that high that it was at before. But really what you want to see here is for this to get on some more larger exchanges, right? And then really see what happens here. But that's the key. And then you've got self-key. So under a penny right now, just shy of a penny. So the high was around 5 cents on this coin. And we're going to not factor this in right now because I believe this is when the coin launched. So you always have that, big entry point, and then we have the drop after the sell-off, the initial sell-off. But after that settled in, you got into around 5 cents on that coin. So a potential for a 5 times gain just looking at that. Let's look at the markets. A couple of exchanges, but could still use another big hitter here somewhere to drive that price up or help get some more availability out there. And if we look at the price of the coin, we've gone over the week a penny down to just below a penny. So that's not anything concerning really. No big, huge, we had a drop there, sell off, but no big, huge spikes and drops in the day. So doesn't look like it's a pump and dump coin. So you've got 3 different coins there. Civic being the biggest one that's out there right now. The key and self-key smaller. So depending on what kind of investment you want to make against it, if you want to just throw $100 into something or $50 into something and get a decent amount to see what happens, you've got a couple options there. If you want to get into something that's a higher ranking coin, something like Civic, you could do that. And all of these offer you a potential for some decent gains. But again, I like these 3 coins because of the space that they're in. Whoever really solves this problem and brings it to mass market obviously will be the clear winner and leader. Somebody's going to get there, right? There's 3 of them working on it. Somebody's going to get there. And again, I like this space. So the final coin that I want to look at is Steem. And many of you have probably heard of Steem. It's a token that rewards, it's a platform that rewards content providers with Steem coin. So here's a website. You can see it's kind of like a YouTube, but the content providers are being paid or rewarded by the people that watch the content with Steem coins. And I like the platform because it's rewarding people in a monetary way through their peers for providing really good content. Steem is sitting at about 276 right now. It's something that we can look at a trading view, so we will do that. We'll look at the chart, the actual chart there, and do some TA. Steem has been as high as 731 in that range. So let's take a look now at the actual chart on trading view and see where it's at today and what the kind of near-term prospect looks like. Okay, so let's look at the chart on Steem. And you may be asking, why didn't you do that on the other coins? Well, the other coins aren't available in TradingView, so I can't do this kind of in-depth analysis on those coins. But if we look at Steem on the 12-hour chart, the USD 12-hour chart, I've drawn in here our horizontal support line, which is about 245. And if we just go in and confirm that with the Fibonacci to see what our other levels might be, and for those of you that are new, this is the way that we look at kind of support and resistance lines based upon a mathematical analysis that was developed by Fibonacci that he saw as patterns that would develop in nature, and it translates to charts as well. So if we look at this, we can see that we're right along that, again, that's the support line that we drew, and we've been hitting our head against this 292 level. We can't break through that. Now, if we can double bounce off of this, then we might be able to see a trajectory up, but we have to get through that 292 range so that we can start testing in the $3 range again. If we break through the support level, then our next natural support level would be somewhere in this 220 range. So let's see what the other indicators are telling us, right? Those are just our support and resistance levels at this point in time. So right now, our directional moving index, our DMI, who's in control, the bears or the bulls? Much like other coins, the bears are in control. Your relative strength index, your kind of your medium and short-term momentum is at about a support level of 28. So a little bit low. We want to see it get up there. Our moving average convergence and divergence indicator, MACD, that signal, or I'm sorry, the fast moving average is just below the signal, or our slower moving average. They're right on top of each other basically, but they're below the center line. So we want to see both our fast moving average move over the signal and enter into above that center line. The Ichimoku cloud, and a lot of you have asked me to do a kind of overview of what that is as we're talking about it, and I'd love to. It's very confusing to look at in the beginning. It's going to take a little more time to do, so I may have to do that in a separate section, but I will do that. I'm going to get to it, I promise. The Ichimoku cloud right now has the fast span acting as resistance, and it's below the slow span. So not in a position right now that I'm liking. The lagging span is dropping as well. Our Bollinger Bands are below the midpoint. They're not even acting as a resistance level for us. So not great indicators in the chart right now. As a matter of fact, it would indicate potentially that we'd break through the support level if we don't get some more volume to the positive side against Steem. Overall, again, I like this platform. I like the project, but I'm not liking the chart right now. Okay, one more time, make sure you leave your comments below on the coins that you want to see us look at. Thanks a lot for listening, and don't forget to check us out on all the places that you can get to. Start with AltCoin.io, and you can get to our podcast from there and some news and updates and a bunch of different information from one place. Also visit us on Twitter at AltCoin.io, on Instagram, on Facebook, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, give us a thumbs up if you like this so it can be shared with some more people, and hit that alert so you know when everything's up right when it gets there. Until next time, may all your trades be good trades.